Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. I want to remind you all really quickly, I know we've been talking a lot about it, but Mars is really retrograde right now. So if you are like me and you are struggling some days with this desire to make progress, this desire to get things started or to take initiative on something, and then sort of like every effort you make just sort of gets stopped, or it makes you take two steps back, or makes you have to do an extra login every other time or something like that. That stuff that slows us down when we're trying to make progress, that frustration is really real, friends. So understand that there's a pace to things. Understand right now that you're going to get frustrated and held back. Use your patience as much as you can. And when you really feel that frustration, find a friend to talk to, find some way to express that frustration, in a way that's not going to hurt you or break anything around you, okay? All right, let's get into these aspects. Today is Friday, December 2, 2022, and here we are about 10 days into the sun's transit in the land of Sagittarius. Here's the sun on the chart right there. This is a transit that brings out the adventurer in our hearts. We seek to learn things that will expand our sense of what the world is all about, so that we may bring enlightenment to ourselves, to our cohorts, and to our communities. The waxing gibbous moon is down here in Aries today. Between now and the full moon next Wednesday is when we take action to culminate the goals we set after the new moon. Aries is a great placement then because it's all about initiative, activity, and making bold moves. Mutable fire and cardinal fire, friends. This is where initiation meets inspiration. We have the drive to get things started and the will to share power in the interest of personal and collective progress. Today we have one current aspect this evening at 6:10 Central Standard Time, friends. Sun is trine to the moon, Cancer, Leo. This aspect indicates the 3/4 lit waxing crescent moon and ideal personal functioning for the completion of our plans in time for that full moon on Wednesday. Let's take a look at a shape on the chart today as well. We have this shape called a T-square. It looks like a triangle, but often astrologers will draw it like that, so it looks like a square. And we see that Mercury and Venus, which are still essentially conjunct in Sagittarius, stand in opposition to Mars, which is retrograde in Gemini. And Neptune in Pisces is down here squaring both ends of that opposition. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Pisces. With Mercury and Venus in opposition to Mars here, it's quite possible we're feeling anxious, restless, even angry about something or someone we value our connection to. We're likely to be assertive, potentially to say the thing we don't mean. Mars's retrograde at this time may give us reason to think things are not progressing the way we want them to, and either the pace or our simple ability to align with this person, place, or thing can have us feeling impatient. We're clear about what we desire, we're clear about what plans we'd like to make, but something isn't falling into place, and that may make us feel thwarted. Neptune comes in here, and Neptune has been stationary for a little bit now, fixing to go retrograde again tomorrow. So our imaginations may be sort of stuck on an idea about how things should be going, and it can be tempting to sort of beat our heads against that wall. The temptation arises to act on impulse in ways that we would normally think of as going out on a limb. And I'm not here to say that we shouldn't occasionally go out on that limb, but I think it's a good time to remind us all that the pace of things simply isn't what it would normally be. Many things that could be handled in a direct way simply won't be handled as easily at this time. Use your intuition and your imagination to think of creative ways to approach a situation that aren't typical, but that also don't put yourself at risk. Sun and moon in the fire signs and all this fiery, impatient energy on the board, it's very tempting to simply blunder forward and hope for the best. But it's also okay to work the plan, to do what you know will work at this time, even if it doesn't bring the gratification that you seek. Coming up tomorrow, Neptune goes direct and we begin to integrate the intuitive upgrades we have earned during that retrograde. Also, Venus culminates her square to Neptune, testing our ability to discern the fantasy from the reality. And the full moon in Gemini next Wednesday is our point of culmination where we celebrate the goals we have completed. And that's it for today's astrology, friends. Thank you for tuning in. For the second half of this vlog, where we seek further insight from Tarot, please check out my other channel, Astrology Today and Tarot with Melrose. The link is in the description. I appreciate you all so much for being here. My love and gratitude go out to each and every one of you, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.